So welcome to the next session, session 6 of op amps with negative feedback. Uh, so in this session we are going to take up the last one, that is differential configuration under summing, scaling and averaging amplifiers topic. So a basic differential amplifier, how it is used as a subtractor, okay, as well as summing amplifier will be studied in this section. Here the figure shows the basic differential amplifier which is used as a subtractor. Now in this circuit you can see that the input signals can be scaled to any desired values. So here the input signals are VA and VB, and their values can be scaled by using some appropriate external resistors. But here in the circuit, all the resistors in the circuit are taken to be equal and their values are equal to R. So further, if the inputs have to be scaled, then different resistors can be used. Okay. So here you can see the circuit diagram that the input VA is applied to inverting terminal, whereas input VB is applied to the non-inverting terminal. So when inputs connected to both the terminals, so here we can write V0, which is nothing but the actually differential output. So therefore the expression for output voltage in this case will be V0 will be equal to minus R divided by R into VA minus VB. Okay, so as all the resistors used in the circuit are having the value R, okay, that's why V0 equal to minus R by R, VA minus VB. Or we can write V0 is nothing but VB minus VA. This is our first equation. So here the output voltage is thus equal to the difference between the input VB, which is actually applied to the non-inverting terminal. VB is applied to non-inverting terminal, and the input VA, which is applied to inverting terminal. So because of this differencing action or subtracting action, the circuit is known as the subtractor. Circuit is known as the subtractor. Okay, so the same differential configuration can also be used to implement the summing amplifier also. So let us look into the circuit which is employed to get the summing action. So here you can see that again inputs are connected to both inverting as well as non-inverting terminals. Now there are four inputs. VA, VB are connected to inverting, whereas VC, VD connected to non-inverting terminals. And here there are voltage levels V1 as well as V2 also. And again all resistors here are kept same, that is their value is equal to capital R. Now with this the circuit is supposed to give sum of all the signals, that is V0 should be sum of all the applied inputs. So therefore let us see how that V0 can be derived in this case. So even in the previous inverting configuration also, while discussing summing configuration, we have seen that how superposition can be used to get the total V0. So here also, as there are n number of inputs are there, so applying superposition will give the final V0 equation. So what we have to do in the superposition theorem? We have to find the individual outputs because of a single input. Like we have to find V0, output voltage V0 due to VA alone, and then the same procedure has to be repeated for other input voltages VB, VC and VD. But when you take, when you consider either VA or VB and you make VC, VD as 0, okay, then we have only the inverting inputs. So the amplifier is now working as a inverting amplifier in inverting configuration. But when we come to the next half, that is when VA, VB are made equal to 0, and when we apply either VC or VD, then actually we are applying the input to the non-inverting terminal. Now the amplifier is now operated in the non-inverting configuration. Okay, so therefore now let us consider so how this particular application of the input and finding V naught using superposition can be used to get the final V naught. So here the circuit diagram shows a reduced procedure or a method to derive the final voltage V naught. Now in this circuit only VA is applied and remaining all other inputs are made equal to 0. So you can see that as VB is 0, R is directly connected to ground, and similarly at the non-inverting terminals also. So all the three resistors are connected to ground. So let us call the output voltage only because of the applied input A as VOA. So VOA here, VOA, that is output voltage because of the applied input VA is equal to minus R by R into VA, or VOA is equal to simply minus VA. So this is one output. Okay. Now similarly in the same setup, okay, so in the same circuit diagram, VA can be made equal to 0 and we will apply only VB. Okay, so now we can imagine that VA will be connected to 0 and you are applying the plus VB input here. Okay, so again there are no changes in the circuit. Instead of VA, now VB is going as an input at the V2 terminal. So therefore the output voltage because of only one input VB, let us call that as VOB. So VOB is again minus R by R into VB, or VOB equal to minus VB. So this is the output voltage, part of the output voltage we can say, because of only the VB voltage. Now in the next condition, okay, so when we make VA VB 0 and we take either VC or VD, so let us assume that only VC is there and VD is again made equal to 0. So now we can write one equivalent circuit diagram also for that. So here VA is equal to 0 as well as that VB is also equal to 0. These two are connected and this will be going to the op amp minus. Okay. Now at the plus terminal, okay, so this is the V2 here. At the plus terminal we are retaining only the VC input which is applied through the resistor R, and again VD is 0, VD is equal to 0. Okay. VD input is 0. Now with this setup, so here also resistor values are R only and this is the V naught. Okay. Now at the input, inverting input, okay, so anyway both the inputs are 0, but here we will have to derive this V1, okay, that too by considering only one input, that is VC. So now these two resistors are in parallel, so they will get reduced to R by 2, R into R by R plus R. So this will be equal to R square by 2R, which will be equal to R by 2. Okay. So therefore now we can draw that at plus terminal, that is here at V1, we have VC input with through R, and here we have the resistor R by 2, effective resistor R by 2. So here we have the remaining part of the circuit, let it be. So we are concerned with only the changes at the V1, voltage levels at the V1. Okay. So now with the VC applied, okay, we can write that V1 here is equal to R by 2 by R plus R by 2 times of VC. Okay, so this V1 is nothing but, okay, this if we simplify R by 2 by R plus R by 2, it will be 1 by 3. This will be equal to VC by 3. So now V1 is equal to VC by 3. So therefore now this is going to the non-inverting terminal as the input. Okay, so therefore now we can write the output voltage because of only C input as VOC equal to, okay, so here what is V1? V1 is nothing but equal to VC by 3. Okay, so and it is circuit is in the non-inverting configuration, therefore VOC will be equal to 1 plus R2 by R1 or RF by R, but all the resistor values are R here. So therefore what we are going to get, see now we have to reduce actually at the input side also. So these two resistors are in parallel. Okay, so R into R by R plus R, its value will be equal to, effective value will be equal to R by 2. Okay, so therefore it is better to write the equivalent circuit diagram first. Okay, so at the input what I have is R by 2, this is connected to ground, and there is one more resistor R here, and this is the op amp minus plus. Okay, and of course here we have the V2. So now at V1 our equivalent circuit is like this, that is VC is there. Okay, so at V1 actually what we have, VC by 3, so VC by 3 input is available. Okay, so we have the output V0 here. Okay, so now V0 will be equal to 1 plus actually it is what, feedback resistor RF divided by the resistor here, but here feedback resistor value is also R only, that is this R divided by R by 2. Okay, so we are using these two resistors now, R divided by R by 2, this into what, V1. Okay, but V1 value is how much, VC by 3, so 1 plus R by 2 into V1 is VC by 3. So V0 will be equal to, so again what is this value, RR will be cancelled, so 2 will be shifted to the numerator, 2 plus 1, 3. So 3 into VC by 3, this will be equal to VC. Okay, so therefore now VOC, that is output voltage because of C input, will be equal to VC. Okay, so similarly, okay, so I hope this is understood now. When it comes to the VC and VD inputs, okay, the amplifier will start working in a non-inverting configuration. Therefore we will have to first calculate how much will be the V1. Okay, so with this reduction it is seen that VOC, that is output voltage because of the C input will be equal to Vc. Now the same analogy for Vd input also. Okay, Vc will be made equal to 0, only Vd will be applied. Again at the inverting terminal there will not be any changes. So therefore by following the same procedure readily, okay, we can write that when Vd is applied by making all Va, Vb, Vc as 0, Vod should be equal to Vd only. Vd only. Okay. So now just we will look back what are the outputs we got when only Va is applied minus Va, when only Vb is applied minus Vb is the output, and then when Vc is applied output voltage is Vc only, and when Vd is applied by making all other three inputs 0, Vod is Vd. Okay. So therefore now by using superposition theorem we have to add, okay, we have to get the final voltage by adding all these VOA. Okay, so I can write like this: VO is nothing but VOA plus VOB plus VOC plus VOD. So this is what is the superposition theorem. Total output will be equal to sum of outputs with the individual inputs. So VO, V0 will be equal to VOA is how much we got? Minus VA, and VOB is minus VB plus VC plus VD. Okay. So this is what is the final output voltage in case of summing action using differential amplifier. Okay. In case of numerical examples, okay, so assume that what the different input voltages are given. Say for example VA is given as plus 2 volts, VB is given as plus 3 volts, VC is given as some plus 4 volts, and VD is given as some plus 5 volts. Okay, and of course we know that supply voltage will be plus or minus 15 volts. So determine the output voltage. So output voltage will be equal to, using this equation, minus VA. Now we have to take it as minus 2 volts, even though the given inputs are plus 2 volts plus 3 volts plus 4 volt plus 5 volts, but final V0 will be equal to what? Minus VA minus VB. So that's why minus 2 minus 3 volts, minus 2 volts minus 3 volts plus VC will be as it is, plus VC only, therefore plus 4, and VD is also positive, that is plus 5 volts. Okay. So therefore 5, 4, 9, 9 minus 3, 6, 6 minus 2, this will be equal to plus 4 volts. So with the different 4 inputs, the total voltage, final output voltage V0 will be equal to plus 4 volts. So this is how we can determine the V0 in case of differential amplifiers when different inputs are applied. So similarly, let us take one more simple example. In the circuit shown, it is given that VA is equal to plus 1 volt, VB is plus 2 volts, and VC value is plus 3 volts. Also RA, RB, RC resistor values are also given. All are equal to 3 kilo ohms only, whereas feedback resistor RF is equal to 1 kilo ohm, and this offset adjustment ROM is equal to 270 ohms, and also supply voltage will be plus or minus 15 volts. So initially op amp is nulled, we have to determine only V0. So now you can see that this problem is related with the inverting configuration. Okay, so in the inverting configuration, how to find out V0? Okay, so we have seen how to write V0. Okay, So first let us write the total output voltage equation in this case. It will be V naught will be equal to V naught will be equal to minus RF by RA, but here we can see that it is given RA equal to RB equal to RC 3 kilo ohms. So when all the three resistors are equal, what we have the expression minus RF by R only, R, okay, into VA plus VB plus VC. Okay, so it is easy to solve now. So V naught will be equal to and of course here minus sign will be there as it is the inverting configuration, minus RF is given as 1 kilo ohm, okay, 1 kilo ohm divided by all RA equal to RB equal to RC, it is 3 kilo ohm. This will be equal to 3 kilo ohms multiplied by the three inputs, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 volts. Okay, so V naught will be equal to 1/3 1/3 of the sum will be 6. Okay, so therefore V naught will be equal to minus 2 volts. So only we need to identify the configuration in which the circuit is connected, and accordingly we have to make use of its relevant V naught equation. Okay, now in the same problem, if different values of resistors are given, like RA not equal to RB, RB not equal to RC, then we will make use of the original equation. What is that original or the basic equation? V naught will be equal to minus RF by RA into, okay, in that case you can take minus outside, into VA plus RF by RB into VB plus RF by RC into VC. Okay, now this equation can be used when different resistors are used. In that case, what we call it as a scaling operation. Okay, because when RA, RB, RC are different, all the inputs are scaled to a different levels. Even though we apply VA equal to VB equal to VC, but as RA, RB, RC, their corresponding resistors are different. Okay, so all the three inputs will be scaled to different values. Okay, so therefore with the different values of resistors we can make use of this equation, or otherwise as given in this problem, if all RA, RB, RC are carrying the same resistance value, it means that all the inputs are scaled by the same scaling factor. Okay, in that case we can readily make use of this equation, my V naught equal to minus RF by R into VA plus VB plus VC, to find out the final output voltage V naught. Okay, so therefore this is how the differential amplifier can be made used either for subtraction of the inputs, or it can also be used for summing applications. Okay. So with this the discussion will be completed here itself. Thank you.